What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima,
And this is not
not
another damn
another damn
podcast.
podcast.
Presented by
A
our
damn serious.
Sales. So 325, kid.
25 it is. Yeah.
325. Ariana episode. No, we ain't gonna do that. Did that last week.
Yeah.
Ari episode.
She'll take over. Yeah, she'll, oh my Lord, that child of mine.
Got a little Aries right there, born the day after me. So
Of course, of course.
what's good, kid?
Nothing much. Preparing. This is the last weekend for us parents, our last weekend of kids being on summer vacation because they start school.
Babe, her first day of teaching at Bethune-Cookman is tomorrow. So, or
Yeah.
today, as this airs, Monday. We'll just say it.
Mm-hmm.
So, see how that goes. The new gig, yeah.
Yeah, CPS. This is the second year in the year they're running it back. Where, like I said, our whole CPS lives, it was always the day after Labor Day.
Good old days. I remember when it was that Wednesday.
The Wednesday, even yeah, I was about to say even the Wednesday.
Monday was Labor Day. Then the teachers came back that Tuesday.
Came back Tuesday and then Labor Day.
That's
And
how I
then
remember
Wednesday.
it being.
Yeah.
It's like that Wednesday after
Labor Day
when we came back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But a lot has changed. So now the kids are starting 2 weeks before now. So which is aligning with the other.
They don't get out all that much earlier. It's weird. It's like just seems like more school, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe because like
they got out pretty early.
You don't get out about the same time, maybe a week early. You don't get out. Not getting out in May is the point I'm making.
No, I said they got out first week of June, which I'm fine with. I'm
getting out about the same time as before.
I'm fine with first week of June because it aligns with
mid-June before now is early June. It's still about the same time on that end to me.
So. Like 2 weeks earlier, but yeah. But I mean, I'm fine with that because it just gives them like it feels like I don't know, it just feels like the summer is like okay, like you get like this many weeks now or whatever. But the kids are both ready to go back to school. They're excited about going to their new classroom and Ari's like, she's
school, yeah.
She's happy about seeing like her friends again. And then Khalil's like, wants to make his new friends. So I mean, they're fine with everything. So
yeah.
I'm just winding them down. I didn't do the parent thing. I saw the meme going around where parents were practicing putting their kids to bed early for like 3 weeks. I didn't do that with my kids. I did start trying to wind them down a little bit like this weekend. I'm like, okay, we're going to start winding it down. But, it's an adjustment. The kids are going to be tired the first couple of days. It's just an adjustment. Like I was like, we're not practicing going to sleep early 3 weeks in advance. We're not doing that. I just didn't at my house. So, and then also this weekend we
got to start in August. You got to put 3 weeks would be July. It's like that's.
And also we had a family gathering, so that was fun this weekend.
Yeah, got to spend time with the fam. Yeah, that was nice.
It's always fun because. I mean, like we said, the last 3 years have not been kind. So we were supposed to be doing these every year.
One was 19. 19 was the last time we did one.
And we said, we're going to do this every year. And then 2020 said, hold my beer. And just shut it all down. We just was like, okay. So now that things are feeling somewhat back to normal, we're like, okay, let's circle back to the family gatherings. Let's circle back to getting everybody together during the summer before everybody kind of branches off and does their own thing.
Yeah.
So we're seeing uncles, aunts, cousins. So
of course, got to kick it with all my siblings. That's always a good time.
Of course. Yeah. That game we was playing.
Black Pyramid. I don't even know what it's called, but it's like Pyramid, but with black questions.
For black people. I call it Black Heads Up. That's what I call it.
Black Pyramid. Dun, 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 dun. We're playing a $20 sack pyramid.
I'm about to say $20 sack.
We're playing a $20 sack pyramid. That's what I'm calling it now. Dun 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 dun. Oh my gosh. We played the $20 sack pyramid.
And we were doing it. Or Black Jeopardy.
You can ask.
Little bit of Black Pyramid slash Black
If
Jeopardy.
the famous DJs was one of my questions. I kicked ass on that. My name wasn't on that list though, but it's all not yet. I'm being the next edition of the game. Oz, man.
We did do good on geography. We did good. Like we got all those geography questions.
Cold. That's why I picked geography. I knew that was. I knew I was cold at that. I'm cold at geography.
And I was like, let's see how this goes. Geography.
I was Google Earth before that was a thing. Yeah, I was the original Google Earth. I was always cold at geography. One of my best subjects way back when. Well, want to get into some tomfoolery, or is this foolery?
Of course.
Keke Palmer. Let's talk about it.
No.
What's his name? Darius Jackson. I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like he said deuces. I'm out of this bitch. That's what it looked.
And my thing is a lot of stuff with the thing I don't like that people keep on doing is you keep on seeing these reports and it's like sources close to it. And like I even saw a thing when he said, I never said any of this. Like he's like, I never.
Yeah.
But you have to question people say a source close to like the only source that would know like close to like what's going on like with me and my business. Like you would know what's going on with my business or I would know what's going on with your business.
If anybody knows anything about me, I don't say shit about anything.
Exactly.
Like I'm a poker player and I got one of the best poker faces. Like yeah, I can know like the whole story about something, and you won't get shit out of me about a detail or not any inkling of like something that's wrong and shit. Okay, interesting. Exactly. So I'm like
exactly. But the whole thing is
if you're saying I'm the source, you'd be full of shit. Is basically what I'm saying with that.
The whole thing is just a hot mess because, and what this conversation is teaching us is that there's a lot of people who are going to be in very dysfunctional and shitty relationships because of stuff like this. And I'm just saying it like that because people take the internet way too serious with things. It's like a lot of stuff you have to look at with a grain of salt. Like I've learned to just move away from it. If something is not giving me the energy that I wanted to give, I unfollow people all the time.
I block people, I
do that all the time now. It's like because it's like you don't need that type of energy because most people, like I would venture to say about 75% of people, if they put a wild ass post up or a wild ass meme or whatever, 75% of people, you're just trying to get a reaction. You're trying to go viral.
Yeah.
I would venture to say 3 out of 4 people are trying to go viral. You're not actually trying to speak what's on your mind. You're trying to go viral.
Yeah.
But then people who can't think for themselves see it. Yeah, he's speaking truth. She's speaking truth. And then
I believe most of the people that have made it to a certain level on like let's say YouTube, for example, or just posting shit out. Like a good example, let's say the late Kevin Samuels.
Also, they Candace Owens. That's my example.
I will say the late Kevin Samuels. He probably didn't believe half the shit he like.
Too.
Like, yeah, he did it because he knew it got a reaction out of motherfuckers and shit. Yeah.
Same thing with Candace Owens. I think half of the stuff she believes, half of the stuff she doesn't. Like she knows it's going to get a reaction because people already have deemed her as a tap dancing, uninvited cookout person. So she's like, let me lean into this now. Exactly. Ooh, okay.
People don't like me anyway. I might as well
lean into this.
I might as well make money off of this shit. What they call it is a guy I follow. He calls it monetize your haters. That's might as well. People not gonna like you anyway. Might as well monetize your haters and shit.
And that's why I think the danger of it is. So bottom line is, if you don't got money, like I said, like the bottom line is that these people that we're talking, we could talk to we're blue in the face about these celebrities, but it's people that A, we're probably never going to meet. B, we're not going to get on their level financially. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. So it's like they can move a certain way. If you need somebody to give you $40 for gas money, you can't move like that. Yeah. You can't move like that. So things are a little bit different for you. So when you're talking about, that's right, girl, do so-and-so something.
Right on. So like you're an audience member of Good Times and shit. Yeah.
That's right, girl. She's speaking truth. Because a lot of stuff I'm seeing with women, Keke has got that Virgo. You know how we are, Virgo energy. It's like Keke is a millionaire. Yeah. You're not. You're not. So
have been shitting on this guy and shit like
that's right.
like probably it's probably like the 90-10 or something like that. It's like I'm
Yeah.
seeing like out of every 10 posts, maybe one is like saying that well, I kind of feel what dude was coming from. The other nine are all roasting
My
him.
thing
Yeah.
is, I'm not on either side. I think that both of them are childish and they need to both grow the fuck up. That's where I'm at. Both of them are childish and need to grow up.
Here's
Both of
my
them
thing for
are.
the whole thing. I think him posting his original post was fucking dumb. Like, yeah, because
Yeah, he
that's
was
just
a
not how I
goofy.
move. Like, I don't post shit like about,
He was
especially
a whole
personal
goofy,
life and shit. Yeah,
as we
but
say in Chicago.
what he was, yeah, but what he was saying, I don't necessarily agree with. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, like the mother of your children out there shaking her ass on Usher. Like, I get why. I get why. If you don't get why he would be upset at that, then I don't, I don't know what to say. It's like, if you don't get if you don't get why dude wouldn't be upset at that and shit. Yeah.
My thing is, I
Brother of
think
the children are like gyrating and like acting a fool in public. If you don't get
my
that, like
my thing is, I
him
think
posting him making it public, yeah, that was dumb. It's like
I
he
think that
deserves to be roasted for that making it public. I'll give you that.
people keep on saying that it's Usher, Usher, Usher. I think it had nothing to do with Usher. My thing that I've always maintained is I think that they got into an argument that had nothing to do with Usher. And then she's like, I'm going to this Usher concert. You still going there? Because you know how it is. If you already are arguing with your significant other, and then they still are going to go out to like an event because you just assumed that they wasn't going to go. And now you're like, you still going to go to that? Like we already got, like we going through something. And they like go and then they post pictures on their social media looking like you had a good time. And I think that's what it was. Like, it's like they probably got into something that had nothing to do with the whole Usher thing. He's like, you posting pictures, you had a good time. And that's when he tried to do the you're a mother, but it backfired on him because what he didn't take into account is that Kiki is a like celebrity. And the more like that
He was a like celebrity.
You know what I mean?
Now it's shaky, but
You
before
know what I
it
mean?
happened, she was people loved Kiki before
People
all of
loved her, and then the diehards are still double. They're still the people.
Oh, yeah, she still got her supporters, but
got
like
her 10 toes down people.
Generally, it's probably 50-50. A lot of people have turned on her. Yeah.
But before that, so she was a very well liked celebrity. We all saw Keela and the Bee. We saw her in Barbershop too.
Tyler Perry, all of that stuff.
Tyler Perry, was she popping that gum? We saw her. We know her. We've been following her career since she was a little girl. But it's like
Disney stuff, whatever, like all of that.
Drew Jackson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the more liked you are a celebrity, it's a sliding ruler. It's a sliding scale. So if you're a very well liked celebrity and you do some goofy, some questionable stuff, people will be willing to look the other way and justify your behavior. However, let's make a twist. If let's say, if Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan had the baby, and let's say this was Lori Harvey, everybody would have dragged. She would have got dragged.
And
because nobody likes Lori Harvey. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't like Lori Harvey.
Honest Creed got pissed off.
A lot of people don't like her. So
got mad and shit itself.
If Lori Harvey would have done exactly everything that she did, then she would have been called, well, you that's your problem, my bro. You tried to wife you tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. It would have been all those type of conversations. It would have been all.
And it would have come for her too. Was like, yeah,
it would have come for her.
Yeah, you need to put some clothes on. Yeah, you don't need to be acting like that in public. Yeah, What kind of example are you for your child? Like that kind of.
Michael B. Jordan. Why it would have been a whole another thing. Like I said, a couple of factors that worked against it because Kiki we don't know
who the fuck he is. First of all,
Kiki's a like celebrity, and we don't know who.
I forgot his name. I had to think about his name right now. I still don't know.
Let's call him light skin yo. Let's call him that light skin yo.
I'm from hood, send him money.
Yeah, he light skin yo. That's what he is. But nobody knew. Like he was a non-celebrity, and she was a like celebrity. When you put those two factors together, a non-celebrity and a like celebrity, you know whose side is always going to get, unless the like celebrity was just so wrong in what they did. We know what typically the outcome is with that. Yeah. And people like roasting dude. It's like, my thing is, she picked him. She decided to have a relationship with him. She decided to get pregnant by him. She could have had, like, I saw her on Steve Harvey's. Steve Harvey's like, you can date a billionaire. You can date a millionaire. She could have dated a high profile guy with money. But this is who she chose. She chose him. That's the party that she chose.
And apparently, like up until this, things
Awesome.
were going okay, I guess.
Well, that's the thing because, and my thing that, like I said, I delve in deep because prior to her getting pregnant, they broke up briefly for a brief period. They were on a break and then they just quietly got back together. And then the next thing you know, when they quietly got back together, then she got pregnant. So that's what happened because they did break up for like a brief period. And my thing is, was that like
Band-Aid
a
baby. God
Band-Aid
damn it.
baby? Child RRG, was that a Band-Aid baby where people, oh, we have problems, but a baby, you fix it. Yeah. We're going to get closer because after we have a baby. We're going to get closer because we have a baby.
Mm.
So, because they did break up briefly, but then they got back together. And shortly after they got back together, she got pregnant. So, and then it's like, they're not super old. Like they're like, she's about to turn 30, I think, on her next birthday. So she's not super old. So it's not like a biological clock is ticking. Because I mean, I get like sometime when women get of a certain age, women start to feel like, oh, if I'm 40, I need to have a baby. It's like they get like that. But it's like she's not even 30. So
Not even 30, yeah.
her
She's
biological
way
clock is not
under
ticking.
that.
You have
It's
a lot
like,
of
yeah.
time.
Nowadays, a lot of women don't even get married to in their 30s. It's like, yeah,
Hello.
it's
I got married in my 30s. I didn't start having
it's
kids in my
different. Yeah,
30s.
it's
Hello.
different than the boomers where like, yeah,
Exactly.
they got married in their late teens, early 20s. It's a little
Mhm.
different now. So like, yeah.
So it's not like she was like racing against the clock. It's like your career is going great. You have fame, you have a lot going on. So it's like I say personally, my thing on both of these, if let's say obviously they weren't married, but for couples, my general rule with them, if you divorce after less than 5 years of marriage, you probably should have never got married to that person. Because 5 years is not.
We got a divorce on deck too. We
That's
coming
right.
up.
I know we do. Because
Yeah.
5 years is not a long time. 5 years is not a long time. It's not. And then my other rule is if you break up with somebody less than a year after you have a baby, you probably should not have had a baby with them because the first year is like it goes by so fast and like it's so many milestones. Like in both of my kids, the first year went by super fast. Like we were just so excited, like especially with our first kids, like, yeah, oh, she's doing this and she's holding her bottle. She's doing, we were just excited about being parents. And then we look like, oh, Ariana's one now. Okay, then we got Khalil. Okay, Khalil is one. It's like it went by fast. So
be honest though, with a lot of our people, the babies they weren't planning the babies. A lot of our they were just doing shit, and then you realize, okay, now I got a baby with this motherfucker. It's like yeah,
it was a lot. So
just realize yeah. Like I don't even like this motherfucker. Now we having a baby. It's like that. It's like
and that's the lesson that needs to be learned. I'm not a moral police and say you have to be married to have kids. I'm not because I'm not. Some people should never get married because you don't know what marriage even means.
And some people should never be parents. That's a lot. Yeah,
some people should never be parents. Both are true. So my thing is, if you are going to have a child with somebody, you need to know who the hell you having a child with. Because children, you're bonded to that person forever.
For life.
Forever. Like people, 18 years. Okay. 18 years
18 years minimum. Financially, yeah. But
minimum 18 years. But when your child gets older, you still have to, like, your child, they get married. So you're not going to go to your daughter's wedding because you don't want to see, you don't want to see your baby mama.
Her dad to walk her down the aisle. But yeah, but of course her mom's will be sitting right there in the front row. It's like, yeah, so you got to be, even before we get to that, it's like graduation. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, you got your high school graduation, you got college graduation. Like, yeah, they gonna want both their parents at this. Then the marriage, then they have a baby shower. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
So my thing is, if you don't want to be attacked, like I said, my other thing I'm also saying, like I have a lot of layers. It's a lot of layers to having a child. Everybody, even if you have a good relationship, every relationship isn't meant to last forever. It's not. I'm not saying stay in a toxic, because like I've seen too many women that say, I'm unhappy. But I'm gonna stay until the kids graduate high school. No, never. Don't do that. Don't stay in a situation that is toxic because you just want to stay together for your kids. That's the wrong thing to do too. But if you do have to split for somebody, you can have an amicable split. You can co-parent successfully. We've seen in our family where like people separated and then they were able to co-parent successfully. We've seen it done a few times in our family. We've seen successful co-parenting, but it takes a lot of maturity. And going on the internet, circling back, just ain't it. Going on the internet, saying that your mother, saying the mother of your child, you know, you a mother, shaming her, that was not it. And then you coming back doing a video to like
with Usher and shit.
That wasn't it either. Like both of y'all, like I said, both of them are childish as hell. And it's like y'all are both 30-year-old adults and you guys have a child. You need to grow up, both of y'all. Y'all are too old. Danny Glover, y'all are too old for that shit.
What he should have done. What he should have done if I'm in that bitch situation, I'm about to get real in this bitch now. So what he should have done is if she all does, you know, the Usher fun, all of that shit, yeah. I went to the local titty bar and like posted my videos and shit, yeah. Making it rain, like ass clapping in my face. Like that's how I get. That's my clap back. Clap back, literally. She's clapping her back and shit. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's like
yeah, clap.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. With no context. I'm not even mentioning her in like none of these videos. I'm just posting with no context. I'll let y'all read between the lines. That's what I would do. That's what I would have done if I was dude.
My thing is, I always am a person of a lot of stuff conversations need to be had off the internet. When you start putting your business on the internet, now it's open ground for everybody. It's open season. You put a public post and then you get mad when people give their public opinion that you didn't like. You put it on a public platform.
And by the way, dude's deleted all of his social media.
Deleted all his social media, I saw. And I think it is, but I think for his career, I'm not taking his side by no means at all, but I think it is unfair that people are still like coming after him and this and that and doing that because it's like, okay, he was an idiot for doing that. I said he was a goofy. That's what I said. He was a whole goofy for doing that post. He was a goofy, but it's like he hasn't.
Had he done my post, I think people would have been more favorable to my post. I'm just saying.
He's a whole goofy for that.
Especially the guys would have been more favorable to that.
But he's been pretty much silent afterwards, and it's like. I always said from the beginning of that he was in a no-win situation because with him not being a celebrity, it's like him not saying nothing, he would have got clowned because we see how guys act. Like, I mean, I know there's situations, I know Sierra and Russell are married, but when Sierra wears like her revealing clothes, they're like, ooh, Russell, you ain't got no control over your wife. You let your wife go out there and wear that. Like men are always so critical if they, you know, people would criticize him like, yeah, you let your girl get up on Usher like that. If he would not have said nothing. And then he says something, it's like, wait a minute, you just a manny, you a maid, you know, like, nigga, you should not have said nothing. You living off of her. So it's like he had a double-edged sword. He was in a no-win situation. If he said something, he was going to get dragged. If he didn't say nothing, he was going to get dragged either way.
He kind of had to say something.
He's a non-celebrity.
Well, the way he did it was whack.
He was a whole goofy for that.
It's like, yeah, because you can't just not say nothing because they're gonna roast you anyway. You might as well tell your side if you're gonna get roasted. That's my thing, because he's gonna get roasted either way. Like out of the local strip club, make just.
The best way, that's what I would. If you want to do that, I said because, like I said, I don't think that it was an issue about the Usher thing, because people could really be about Usher. I don't think it was about Usher.
That's speculative. We don't know what really happened. It could have been Usher. It could have been something else.
He was posting videos of her twerking and like revealing stuff on his Instagram. He was posting that, so it wasn't like you're like, oh, you have to wear. You know, you gotta wear like the turtleneck up to here and cover your body. He wasn't that.
You gotta wear a hijab.
Yeah, he was like a burqa. You have to wear that. You know, no, but he was happy about that. His woman filled out and she got a little bit of thickness after having their son. He was showing that off. So the best way that he could have done, if you know, like when because everybody was looking like, damn, where Kiki get ass from? Because that was like the comments, like when she turned around and her butt, and she had people like, oh, she got ass now. You know, like he could have done the all mine or something. You know, like you could have just jumped in the comments and said something like that. You know,
that's if he wasn't pissed off.
If he wasn't mad. If he wasn't mad.
I think he was pissed off. That's why.
But I think he was mad. So like, I don't know. I have to think about how he could have addressed without being, you're a mother, because that was just dumb. You're a mother. How dare you wear clothes like that?
I think is the answer, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't know how he could have responded, but he had to have responded, because if he didn't, but I think that Kiki, that's just being a little bit You know, it's like you're kind of beating the dead horse now. It's like, okay, because first she did the TikTok video, the unbothered TikTok. Then she released the merch that said "I'm a mother." She released that merch. Now she's doing the Usher video. So it's like, I think it's a little bit. You're going a little bit.
Well, let's take it next level.
You're going a little bit over.
Let's take it next level. Did Usher hit that? Yes or no? Has he hit? Has he hit it since then? I know originally he didn't. Has he hit it though since that incident?
I hope not, because Usher's in a long committed relationship with the mother of his youngest child. I hope not. I'm saying I hope not. That's how I answer it. I hope not, because he is in a committed relationship with
I
the
could
mother.
see her being petty like that and giving Usher something just to fuck with dude and shit. I can see that.
But now you're messing up his situation because, like I said, he is in a relationship. He's not single, so it's like, you know. But I think that she does need to. This. I hope that this video is the last of this, because it's like it's just getting to be a little bit. Like I said, you guys are 30 and you guys have a child. Y'all ain't teenagers. Like you gotta grow up. And you know, she's coming off as like a guy right now. She's coming off as like, you know how when guys, if a guy breaks up with a girl, like him and his girl break up,
I'm
and the
unbothered and all of that.
I'm unbothered, and I don't, you know, I'm doing me, and and then 6 months later, it's like, I miss my girl. I miss my girl. Like, oh, like, man, like, this sucks. Like, dating again sucks. Like, you know, yeah, it's like, okay, because it's a lot of piss in the dating pool. It is. But I mean, if you can find, I'm not like, once again, I lead back to if the relationship is toxic, but if the relationship is where like we each have our quirks, but it's things that we can work on and grow together and communicate and build on.
But if you're having girl problems, up with bad for your son.
I got 99
problems, but a bitch ain't
one. If he told you.
Hov said.
He told you.
The other couple we talking about that's headed for divorce, Britney Spears and I hope I say his name right, Sam Asghari. Is that how we say
Asghari? Yeah,
Asghari. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're headed for divorce court after being married for like a year and some change or something like that.
14 months or something.
Yes. Yeah. A year and some change. Now it's cited, of course, the usual irreconcilable differences. Such a celebrity thing. Is like, yeah.
What does that even mean? Irreconcilable differences. What does that even mean?
Like, from his end, it's saying that she was unfaithful. That's the story.
That's what I saw.
That somebody hit it. I don't know if that's like, but that's what I saw. That Britney Spears was getting her back blown out.
The whole Britney stuff, it's just such a tragic cautionary tale.
Her story, just front to back, is ridiculous.
I really feel for Britney, because Britney and I are the
when we saw her grow up, we saw her, like
we're the same age. Britney and I, but if you look at
she debuted on what the new Mickey Mouse Club is like.
The new Mickey Mouse Club. Her, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera,
seen her,
Lacey Chabert, they were all on that.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, they were all on the new Mickey Mouse, all of them, and they all went on to have great careers, all of them. But it's like, I feel just so sad for like just her whole story, because like that's the life that's happened to her. Like I can't imagine, like I said, we're the same age. So I can't imagine, like I said, the conservatorship. I can't imagine if somebody had like a say over me for like all this time. She just got out of her conservatorship, what, like a year or two ago?
Last year or something like that, I think.
Yeah, that's why she got married. Because like as soon as she got out of it, then she was able to get married.
Yeah.
To her all-time boyfriend. It's like, because they've been together since like
2016, I think they started dating.
They've been together for a while. So it's like they finally were able to get married after her being under that. So 2016, like I had just had, Ariana was one. So it's like, I can't imagine like if somebody, and even Britney was under conservatorship before that. So it's like, I can't imagine like if I'm in my 30s and somebody's telling me what I can and cannot do. But I mean, I know that she did have like some substance issues. She did have like some mental health.
She had a breakdown. You remember the shaved head and all that
shit. She was attacking the paparazzi with the umbrella.
She had a breakdown, like, yeah.
And it's sad that like a lot of people like laughed at the situation.
I'm glad before mental health became was front and center. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, people like made that into a joke. The whole Britney Spears thing at the time is like,
she attacked the paparazzi with the umbrella, and she
played for laughs. Is like when obviously like she's having a manic, and it's like obviously.
I think it was a manic episode. I think that she may be. She's something. She has some sort of imbalance. But it's like, it's just really sad just seeing that. And then like Kevin Fairline, his ass didn't help me, when he took the kids from her. It's like, like you don't take kids away from their mom.
Yeah.
You just don't do that.
He going
Unless the mom is really bad.
ain't he going through something with his I think he's going through something too.
I don't know.
I gotta look.
They moved to Hawaii, so he moved her sons even further away. So now her sons.
I mean, with his current relationship, I think
I don't know
something.
He's finding permission for him to take the kids to Hawaii, and it's like, you're not going to get to see your kids like that, because your kids go to Hawaii. They're just gone. They're in Hawaii. You're not going to get to go to Hawaii every weekend.
And thoughts and prayers going out to everybody suffering in the Maui wildfire. Speaking of Hawaii, yeah. I had to touch on that real quick.
Yeah,
they going through it right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I had some of the details. That's what I was pulling up. Because apparently Sam Misgari, he's even though they had an ironclad prenup, he's of course, like when his money involved. And
that's the thing. Whenever, like, I'm a person that I try to be optimistic about love, but it's like, if you're a multi-millionaire several times over, like I said, hell, even a billionaire, some of these celebrities, but if you have so much money, you know what I mean when I say so, if you have more than $50 million, you're fucking rich as hell. If you have more than 50 million, that's life-changing money. That's usually money that you can't get rid of $50 million unless you just are really fucked up. You have to be like a drug, and you have to have like a lot of things going on to get rid of that much money. But if you have that much money in your lap, you are the 0.5, you're like way up there. So if you were going to marry, I'm like, you like to think that I can find and connect with somebody that wants me for me and doesn't want me for my money. But in the back of your mind, it's always like, do you want my money?
Yeah, reality is always
do you want my money? But you try to be like,
try to have optimism, but then reality
it's always in the back of my mind. Like, that's why some people you'll see, like some of these extremely rich people, like, why they never get married. I get it, because I get it. You worth $400 million. I get why you don't want to get married. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But
Us Weekly, they said that the details about their current prenup, that it gave Sam $1 million for every 2 years that he was married to Brittany. So that's over. And the cap of 10 million after 15 years. So the most he could get was 10 million, like if they broke up after 15 years. Mm-hmm. And he said he waived all rights to her music catalog, so he don't got no rights to that. And he's not listed on the deed to their home. Now that one was like, I was like, okay, he's not even on the deed to the house, so he don't got no rights to the house and nothing. So yeah, I don't know what he's trying to get, but like that's according to Us Weekly, that's the details.
That always makes me pause though. Whenever when people want to challenge a prenup, that's when I start doing this.
Yeah.
I could have been on your side. I could have been like, I could have seen and empathized with you, but the second that you say, well, let's do the
you signed the shit, asshole. Like,
why are you looking at this prenup now?
Yeah, you signed
people question prenups.
These are the terms you agreed to. Those are the terms you agreed to.
Yeah. Did you have a lawyer? Who was your lawyer? Lionel Hutz? Did you have him? You signed it. Don't sign nothing without your attorney. Like, if you are doing these, have your attorney.
Yep.
And don't do anything without your attorney.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in the situation. Like, the worst one is, like I said, especially if you're a guy, because I'm giving you guys free game. If you're a man, and they're like, on either side, whatever, and then like after a sex session with like the girl, and then we don't have to do this. We don't have to, it's like, okay. It's like, no, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the okie doke after having sex with somebody. Don't fall for it.
Sound like Jesus and Lala and He Got Game.
Yeah, we don't need this. Yeah, it's like I
want to come inside me, Poppy.
Yeah, don't fall for the
try to set up Jesus. Jesus wasn't going for that shit.
She did say something and he made her get rid of it. So but you gotta think. You just have to think and be mindful of that. And I get it, like, marriage is a contract. People don't realize that marriage is a business, it's a contract. It's merging assets. Like, of course, it's love and everything, growing, building a family. Of course, it's that.
So number one thing is business. Yeah. And
It's a contract.
combining. Yeah. Yeah. That's the
You
number one
combine your
thing.
assets.
Yeah.
Now you've inherited their liabilities.
Yeah.
So it's a complex thing, which is why I go back to my statement where I say everybody shouldn't get married. I say if after less than 5 years, 5 years is a short time. That's not a lot.
Mm.
If after 5 years, if you're like, you
And
should not marry this
and after
person.
1 year, they call ready
Yeah,
to
you should
call it
not
off.
got married.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have, because clearly, like I said, we've seen couples grow apart. Like, we've seen like the couples who've been together 15, 20, 25 years even and file for divorce. We've seen that happen. Because sometimes people do just honestly grow
You just
apart.
change. Something you're not the same person at 20 as you were at 50. So he's like, yeah, you
You
change sometimes.
change. And like another thing that can change in people is like lifestyle change. Let's say that you converted to like a religion, or you became born again or something like that.
Yeah.
Your person's still doing the same shit that they were doing. And it's like, okay, now I'm religious and you're still doing the same shit. Sometimes you can separate the two interests. Sometimes you can do that. But if it's just like where it's not at all.
Or another one, your values change. It's like you focused on like like living right and like living your best life, and you still on like that hood shit, street shit. It's like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you started there in the street shit, but like sometimes your values change. It's like
a la Ghost and Tasha on Power. Like, that's a
yeah.
fictional thing, because Ghost wanted to go
Ghost
legit.
was he was ready to get out of the street shit, but Tasha was
Didn't.
making too much money. We can't do this.
He's like, yeah. He was like, well, look at Truth. I got my nightclub, and she said, you making peanuts compared to what you making slinging this dope.
Yep. So you
You
got
making
Tasha.
peanuts.
He got Tommy in his ear too. Like, yeah, nah, man, we need to focus on this street. He had everybody trying to get, even though he wanted to get the fuck out, but like everybody in his circle wanted to keep him there though.
Mm-hmm. And that can cause an issue. And then obviously, like I said, like, well, what Sam is claiming, infidelity, obviously infidelity is a huge factor.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's near the top, maybe number one answer. That's up there.
I say 1A and 1B. Infidelity and finances.
Money is like usually
because finances is like 1B. I say 1A and 1B, because I mean, you could talk about you're in love with somebody all day, but if you're getting evicted every other month, then that love runs out. It does. Yeah. So money does matter, but it shouldn't be the only driving factor. So the whole thing about questioning freedoms, that's when I start looking at you like, what's your real intentions? Did you want to be with her for real, or were you just trying to get your hands on her money?
There you go.
But I hope that Brittany does find peace, and and the fact that her sons are moving away, it's just a lot for her to process right now. It's like, this is a lot for her to take in. So I'm hoping that she does find some peace, because.
And you mentioned conservatorship earlier. Let's talk about Michael Orr and the Tui family. Yeah, for those that don't know, it's like the characters, the Blind Side was based on this story.
Sandra Bullock, which was a famous movie that she won an Oscar for.
Played Mrs. Tui, won the Oscar for that role. It's like, yeah.
Which is where they take in a child they take in an African American child who is, what was he, abandoned by, like, because I never saw The Blind Side. I never saw it.
He came from a broken home. His mother was on crack. She had like over 10 kids. It was like maybe like 11 or 12 siblings. It was like his family life was a mess and shit at home, basically. Like living on the street, like not knowing where they were going to get food from.
Yeah, their next meal, yeah. Just an awful way that like no child should have to live through that. No child should have to. That shouldn't be a child's norm. Yeah.
So like they take him in, he goes to the private school that their kids go to. Like that's gets a football scholarship. Gets drafted to the NFL eventually and won a Super Bowl ring with the Ravens. So it was a success story until this came out.
Which McCulloch has similar path, and hopefully his story isn't like Jimmy Butler. Like Jimmy Butler,
yeah. Even Kaepernick, you can kind of put him there.
He didn't
Like,
win his ring yet. Jimmy almost could have got his ring, but
yeah,
he didn't quite get over
he had a
that.
couple of shots. He got two
Didn't quite
final,
get over that hurdle.
maybe third time beat a charm. Yeah, he had two
I hope he
final.
gets a ring. I
Yeah,
hope he gets a
yeah.
ring.
But
Yeah,
like that's what The Blind Side was about, basically.
okay. I said because I never saw it. Like, cause I knew the story was an inspiring, true, based on true story or whatever.
Michael Orr is the guys that he played for the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah.
Well, now he's coming out and saying what
And they never adopted him. It was a conservatorship that just ended like now and shit pretty much. It's like, yeah, that he said he claims he didn't know about, but there's a lot of layers to that story too. So,
how long did this
I'm
go
gonna
on?
give my opinion. Yeah, dude, he got to be like 35 now. He's like,
right, because he's like a little younger than me. Yeah,
yeah, so he's like, and they had this. Oh, since you were what 18, I think. Yeah, the conservative 17, whatever he was when the conservatorship. Yeah. And like so, like for almost 20 years, you didn't know shit about any of this. Is what he's, and they all of this was just like for them to get paid off of him and all of that. That's the story that's been put out there to the media per Michael Orr. That's like his version of it. Yeah. But the Tuohy's got a different story. It's like and the truth probably lays somewhere in the middle.
Wait, so what's the Tuohy story? What was their story? Where are they trying?
It's like first with like the Tuohy's, they already had money. Like they had they own like restaurants and stuff like so they
okay, so they were like business owners.
Like, yeah, wealthy. Like yeah, they already were wealthy. So
upper echelon society.
Yeah, and why they were saying like they couldn't legally adopt him because I think he had turned 18 by then. Is like so they put the conservatorship on him because like as we know, like the average NFL athletes in general, but NFL especially, they go broke like like that. Most of them, like, the majority of them NFL athletes go. We saw 30 for 30 broke. It's like most of them go broke.
And in less than 5 years, they go broke. In less than 5 years.
With him from his background, like it's like because they knew that it's a good chance he's gonna go pro. Like when he went to college, like going into college,
you can see he was massive.
It's like so if he goes pro and like makes it big, you're gonna have all these people out the woodwork. Yeah, his crack addicted mom, all these siblings, like 12, 13 siblings, whatever.
And then he probably got uncles of his mom's siblings. Hey, here's your Uncle Ray Ray.
Yeah. So they say put that as a layer of protection that can protect him from that. So like it's like so that's what they're saying. Like we put that. It's like we didn't ask him for any of his money. We put that in there. So like if somebody comes, it's like they can't get to him. It's like a layer. That's their version of it. Basically. Yeah. Like I said, truth's probably somewhere in the middle.
So if they were a wealthy family already and because
they had their own restaurant. They sold their business for like $200 million or something like that.
So they got money. It's like, so basically, if they were living here in Chicago, they would probably live in like Winnetka or something like that.
Yeah. I was like,
they were living in the North Shore. Basically, they're like North Shore people. Basically, I'm just using in New York terms, they're Manhattanites. They would be that. Okay.
So my theory about why this is like he got a book coming out, so of course, like when it's smoke, there's fire. It's like you try to draw like when Scotty started talking shit about Michael and Phil and all that. Scotty had a book coming out. It's like anytime you got something you trying to draw attention to your book. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Thotty Pippen too. Yeah, but anytime you have you trying to draw attention. That's why all of this Michael Orr stuff is coming out now. He has a book that's coming out.
And that's another thing with me, like. The thing about me is like I wanna root for people and I wanna believe in it, but then when you start dusting, you're like
I was like, you trying to drum up interest in the book
coming out. So
you change what better way than play the race card. Yeah, the old race card always works. It's like
all publicity is good publicity, even negative publicity.
And the old race card never does you wrong. It's like,
what you say to be off the thing, monetizing your haters. Who said that?
Monetizing your haters. It's like,
You monetizing your haters. Always works.
And these so that's what and once again about the whole NFL athlete going broke. I don't know how he's doing right now financially because he's retired, like he's in his 30s. So like he like and with the adoption, that's what I didn't even think about this part. Is like, a conservatorship, like, he doesn't have he's not an heir to any of their money. It's like,
assets.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the legal adoption would have like, so he like, yeah, so if he was adopted, he would like he would have rights, like he could put claims on their fortune. Yeah.
The fact that they sold their business for $200 million.
Yeah. Mm.
That's a lot of freaking money. That's
yeah.
a lot. $200 million.
And I think all of them pretty much didn't get much from the movie The Blind Side, because if you know how Hollywood works, they they give you like a nickel for the story, and then they make $100 million. That's how Hollywood
Paramount
works.
Or whoever was it Paramount who did it?
Yeah, whoever made that movie money is like, yeah,
I don't think the Paramount.
They got much money or him. Like, yeah, they got a little money, maybe like, yeah, he might have spent like a couple $100,000 like combined for all of them to split. It's like.
Yeah, you get pennies for what these production companies.
Studio, yeah, and the movie made like 200 million, whatever, made a couple $100 million, whatever. That movie.
How much did that make? I'm curious now. Blind Side. How much did the Blind Side make? I'm curious. I don't
think, yeah, any of them got much money from the movie, because that's just how Hollywood works.
We came out in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been ongoing for a while.
Yeah.
Box office, it said $309.2 million is what it said. They made $300 million.
They probably all the family, all of them combined, probably got less than $1 million. I'm sure.
And it was distributed by Warner Brothers. Okay, I wanted to make sure I had the right one. I just said Paramount. I know why Paramount went to the front of my head, but it was distributed by Warner Brothers. So and you know they got deep pockets.
I'm Warner. They got bread. It's like,
Warner, they got money.
Batman, enough said. Warner Brothers, they own DC and shit. Yeah, Warner Brothers got money and shit. They got money.
Theme parks, Great America, like Six Flags.
Yeah, Six Flags. Yeah, that's
Warner Brothers.
What's the name? Bugs Bunny. The Warner Brothers got money. Yeah,
they got deep pockets. Deep pockets. AOL time.
God damn it, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw that, I was on. He got a book coming out. So maybe he is struggling. I don't know. Like, maybe he saved his money. I don't know. Like, yeah, but maybe he is like about the bread. It's like, yeah.
Because I mean, everybody. Well, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people release memoirs. We see that. We see celebrity memoirs happen all the time. But what's the motivation behind some people releasing their memoirs?
Yeah, the time.
Is it financial? Mm-hmm. Is it just, I wanted to tell my story? Is it, I'm finally in a comfortable spot? Let's say that you feel like you were silenced for so long, and now you can finally tell your story.
Oz man is going to tell his story. I just haven't finished the manuscript yet. That's what my whole is.
Is it now that it's a particular thing going on? So like if like I said, mental health being a big thing now. So like if you're a person, you've struggled with mental health for the last 10, 15 years. So now you want to put your book out to help, like, yeah, if I could talk to 10-year-old me or a 15-year-old me, I would say this to my 15-year-old self, basically. It's many reasons why people come out with memoirs. So
maybe enough time has passed. Like, let's say with him being an athlete, maybe he didn't want to talk about it. Like he was focusing on his football career. Mm-hmm. Now he's retired. It's like, okay, yeah, now I'll tell my story.
About the World Cup, because like we know with the concussions, like a lot of that was going on with these football players. Because a lot of these guys,
cats killed themselves. Suicide because of the head injury.
A lot of these guys. Yeah. Or just messed up, like like they just
aren't just messed up and like
their brain
like that is like
like you're my age, but you have a brain of like a 90-year-old, basically.
Yeah,
because all the concussions. So it's like you basically you have like dementia, like what happened with like Chris Benoit.
He was like a 75-year-old dementia patient, even though dude
he was like my age,
40 years old, I think, something like that when he died.
He was like my age. But I mean, like I said, that's like stuff.
When I saw it, I first, I was like, so like, yeah, no, and I found it interesting because I saw that movie. Yeah, I watched it on cable. Yeah, The Blind Side. So I was interested in the story right away and then I started going down the rabbit hole. I was like, there's a little bit more to it, and a little bit more, and a little bit more
complex, and you keep on digging the layers.
And then of course, the idiots like online that are just said Sandra Bullock should give her Oscar back. She didn't have anything to do with this. She was an actor that played a character. She played a fucking character in the movie. If the family did rip off Michael Orr, she wasn't part of the shit. It's like
That's how you explain
you know that she's not really the mother.
Sandra Bullock is an actress. She's not. That wasn't even though she was portraying a real person. She was acting.
No, she didn't actually take in this 17-year-old black kid. Like she didn't. Sandra Bullock didn't actually do that. The person she was portraying did. That's why she should give her an Oscar back. You sound like a dumbass.
People aren't too bright.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that just like some people are just literally slow and shit.
Have to break that down.
Mm.
I have to break that down and see what's going to happen with that because that's.
It seems money motivated to me, but we'll see what happens. It all seems like.
See my face.
It all seems money motivated to me. What you got, kid?
Might have to check out his book now.
Hey, yeah, I'm interested.
The football season's about to start. I saw the memes on Facebook saying that they're saying that this is the last Sunday for wives before you want to talk to your husband until February, basically.
Your husband the preseason is like the final rosters should be set pretty soon. It's like the cuts is like they getting ready to do.
I mean, I don't mind. I'm a wife who doesn't mind football. I know some wives like do wives really just hate sports? Because like I never hated sports.
Who you talking? We have a mother that
she hated
our
sports.
Mother was that wife that couldn't stand sports.
Like I said, I always liked sports. I'm not that wife. I always liked sports. I did. I love basketball. Like I say I'm gonna watch the games with you. Football, I'll peek at football. I'll peek at my home team. I will peek at my home team for football. I will. But it's like I don't get it. Like when the wives are like, yes, and this is just the sports. Like I don't see anything wrong with sports. Especially like I said, if your husband is home and he's watching in his man cave, he's home.
Yeah.
What's the problem? He's home.
Yeah. I'm a sports guy. It doesn't dominate me like some guys. It's like, yeah, like I'm not gonna lose money to watch sports. If I have a gig the same day the game is on, I'm taking the gig.
And you'll just check the updates on your phone because we can do that. Yeah. You can check the updates. Oh, the Bears are up.
I'm not that dude and shit. Yeah.
You don't schedule your appointments around your football schedule or your basketball schedule or
not
whatever.
That dude, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So lady, let's get ready for like I said, let's get ready for the sports season.
Yeah.
And go Bears.
I'm interested to see like Bears made some interesting offseason moves. So I'm excited to see what this team is. I'm excited to see what
They said we had Keith and Thelma's son from Good Times.
Justin Fields, yeah. This is a make or break season for him. This is like I like the kid. I want to see him get to that next level.
Elevate, yeah.
Yeah. Because he had he's decent. He had some injuries, of course, yeah. And he had shitty receivers, but yes.
What about isn't the offensive line kind of trash? Wasn't that kind of trash? The offensive line? It was kind of trash.
It is like, yeah. So which is how he got injured. It's like, yeah.
It's like that's the thing. If your offensive line don't protect you, then your quarterback is going to get dinged up a lot. Like the offensive line is supposed to protect you. They're supposed to invest
in that. Yeah, they made some moves. Yeah, so they strengthened that. Got a couple of receivers. So I'm interested to see what this team.
Because receivers are the other part of that. Because like you can have like the best.
You got nobody to throw to.
And the offensive line sucks, then you're not going to get nowhere. I mean, it is some quarterbacks that do run it.
A lot of, especially nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, it's some that run it, but you can't do that every time. Like you got to do everything. Like you got to throw them and run it. You got to no. Quarterbacks should always have been run it. They just shouldn't. But hopefully we got some good stuff because Marcus has gotten a lot better. I said he used to because whatchamacallit put him through the ringer. What's the name?
Jay Cutler.
There you go. Rex. Yeah, Marcus. Oh my God. Like he
Well,
put Marcus.
and what a lot of people don't realize, like that's probably the greatest quarterback the Bears have ever had.
I know he
That
has the
shows you
most
how
yards.
bad the Bears
He has
quarterback
the most
situation has
yards. Yeah.
been. Again, Jay Cutler is the GOAT, like in the franchise history. Because like look back at like the history of some of these quarterbacks. I mentioned McMahon is like he was mid. It's like yeah, he was part of the '85 Bears, but people love McMahon, but he wasn't a great quarterback. That team was great because of Walter Payton and the defense. It's like yeah, like hey, McMahon was
Fridge.
mid and shit. It's like yeah, it's like
That's what I do. I do all pay in the fridge. That's the ones I do.
yes, yeah. Singletary and Dent and all of those guys.
Willie God.
Willie Gaw was a receiver, but yeah, he was part of that team too. He's like, yeah. But that's yeah, it was yeah, like it wasn't McMahon. So I'm saying he was all right. It's like Cutler was better than him. It's like then they had a bunch of shit quarterbacks too. Like I'm going through on the rabbit hole.
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman. Let's go there. Yeah.
I remember the Rex Grossman era.
Kyle Orton, Cade McNown, Jim Miller, like
okay, I don't know those
Eric
names.
Kramer, like all these guys suck.
I don't know any of those names.
What was the other guys? Cordell Stewart, like he was washed by the time they got him. It's like
I remember when Cordell Stewart. I remember that when he
came. He used to be married to Portia. You remember?
I remember that when he came.
Yeah, they've been terrible for the most part. What's the name? Trubisky, he was mid and shit. Another one is like, yeah, it's like
because Cutler and Trubisky put Marcus through it. And then like now Marcus is like, okay, well, he's not as, because he would just be so like it would just ruin his week. Like Wednesday, it would be like Wednesday when he finally would not be feeling
pissed off about what.
Yeah, he's still pissed off about a Sunday game Tuesday night. He's still pissed off. I'm like, really? You still mad about it? I'm
still upset that the Bears didn't win the Super Bowl in 07.
07, when Devin Hester did the return after the game.
Because they had Rex Grossman at quarterback. That's why you had a better quarterback there. But they were up against Peyton Manning, so you had a mountain to climb anyways. You weren't beating Manning. It's prime Peyton Manning. It's
Omaha. You weren't beating Omaha.
You weren't beating Mr. Nationwide is on your side. God damn it. You weren't beating him.
A mess.
And did you see this story? I'll shift gears away from sports. I know we almost went down the sports rabbit hole. I'll pull us up. BT is Paramount decided to pull that bet. They're not selling BET anymore.
That's where Paramount keeps on popping in my head. That's where it was. Because I know Paramount's on the front of my brain for some reason. That's what it was, the BET stuff.
They on BET, the BET network, which comprises the BET, the cable, BET Plus, and VH1 is part of that as well too. So now they're not selling.
Paramount Plus has a lot of like the good Nickelodeon shows from back in the day because I watched Paramount Plus. All the old Nick shows, Snick, all that stuff is on Paramount Plus. Just FYI, people.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I watched the whole series. I rewatched it. I'm gonna watch it again. I watched the whole series as soon as I got Paramount Plus. I'm like,
It's my cousin Skeeter on that motherfucker.
It probably is. Double Dare is on there too. Like all of the old
Mark Summers.
Yep, I was
Robin
watching
and Dave and Harvey. Let's go. You're a child of the 80s. You know any of that. Mark Summers, Harvey, Robin, and Dave.
Robin and Dave. I should backfill today if you know those names. Yeah, but I saw that they would pull the plug and because they were.
You saw it had some heavy hitters that were trying to get their hands on it. You had
Tyler Perry.
You had Tyler Perry, Byron Allen. Every one of them were ready. They had their wallets lined up, ready.
These are pretty much the ultra rich black men in the USA, pretty much. The ultra rich.
Tyler Perry, of course, he's Tyler Perry. He owns Tyler Perry Studios. Diddy owns Revolt, so he's in the TV business already. And Byron Allen is like a TV god at this point. It's like he owns so many stations and shit. They all try to get. They were all lining up to get it. Yeah.
And Byron and Tyler are billionaires. Diddy is close to being a billionaire, so it's like they're all like multi-rich, like super super rich black men.
I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, I was hoping one of them would get it, or even
they were trying to sell for $3 billion, I think.
That sounds about right.
I think that's what they wanted.
I got to reread the Wall Street Journal article about that. Yeah,
I think that's what they wanted. And Tyler didn't want to come off, I think, the $2 billion. I think Tyler was trying to offer $2 billion, and he didn't want to up it to $3 billion.
These cats should have teamed up. That's what.
It's tag team it. As hell, whatchamacallit, they own a sports team. Venus Williams, Serena, Melody Hobson, they own a sports team.
Yeah.
So
Tyler Perry, Byron Allen could have teamed up. It's like,
yep, they should have done that.
But yeah, they pulled the plug on it anyway. They decided, we're gonna keep it after all. Yeah.
Tyler Perry should own BT, but he has like all his shows on
Mr.
BT.
BET at this point, yeah.
He's Mr. 106 and Park. Forget what Shad Moss told you.
Shad Moss, baby. Won't let you disrespect Shad fucking Moss.
Mr. Tyler Perry, like I said, I'm like, okay, the sisters, the brothers, all the queens, men, like, all these shows are Tyler Perry shows on BET.
Yeah, the haves and the have-nots is like, like.
And then they show all his movies.
Yeah.
They might as well. That seemed like the logical choice would be Tyler Perry.
That's why it made sense for me. I said Tyler Perry and then the other two because they already like are in the TV game.
Television.
Yeah. Byron Allen, like he owns like multiple.
He owns so much stuff. Yeah.
He owns like Diddy owns Revolt. Like he could like pair like BET and Revolt. Like
wasn't Byron Allen the one who paid off the thing at Morehouse? Wasn't that him?
I think Byron Allen did.
I think that was him.
Was that him? I don't remember.
I think that may have been that paid off the debts. If it's not, then don't I hope I'm not misquoting that.
I don't remember. Yeah,
I know it was a billionaire.
I remember that story, but I don't remember if it was Byron Allen.
Yeah, who paid off? It was a billionaire who paid off the debt. So it's basically, hey, you get to graduate college with no debt, with no.
Announced it after graduation. I'm not sure if that was. I don't think that was him, but yeah, he basically announced it after graduation. Say, all y'all that got student loan debt, yeah, I'm taking care of that. I got you.
That's a reason, and that's when I know you're not supposed to throw your hats up, but that's when I would throw my hat, like, hey, no, I would throw my hat up. Oh boy, it's about the money thing.
Yep. And I'm all about Black ownership. I was hoping that this would have happened.
That would have been nice to see.
Yeah.
Well, like we always say, green is the color that matters the most with people, and
maybe it's temporary. Maybe maybe they just trying to like raise the price. I don't know.
Camera ideal.
Maybe they're trying to get $5 billion. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to raise the price.
Maybe some of these guys may combine together and be okay.
Yeah, maybe they team up. He's like, and one name that wasn't trying to buy it was Bill Cosby. So let's move. I
think that whatchamacallit should maybe throw his name in because like he has a lot of business ventures, and that's somebody's like he needs to have a master class. Master P needs to have a master class.
Yeah.
So they call it Master P with master class. Master class with Master P.
Once, and I'll try to pick his brain. I didn't get to talk to him long, maybe 5-10 minutes, but yeah, I met him like 20 years ago, like one time, and I definitely was trying to get some of that knowledge.
Yeah, because he definitely is a person who has a lot.
He got cereal.
He got cereal, yeah, his rap cereal.
Damn it.
I saw his cereal in the store. Yeah, he got cereal.
He got cereal out now.
Yeah. So maybe that's a person that he can maybe join into the fort. Maybe they can.
Hit Wody up. Yeah, get Wody in on that.
And Dr. Dre, possibly.
Dre. Well, throw Jay-Z in that shit. He owns
Jay-Z, yeah. Think about all these millionaires or these
or how about another a TV master, 50 Cent in that shit. 50 Cent is Power. He created the power verse, basically.
Here's another one who never turns down nothing but his collar, Shaq.
Diesel, yeah.
Shaq only turns down his collar. Shaq knows how to get some money. He does, so.
Yeah. 50 is like heavy in the TV game now. Yeah, so he'd be good.
So I mean, all these guys can combine and find
them resources. Yeah.
Because y'all got the access that they
bring the B back to BET. Call that the movement. I should name the podcast as "Put the B back in the BET."
The B.
Put the B back in BET. Damn it, yeah. And the B could be whatever you want. B could be billion because they combining their billions. There you go. Put the B back in the BET. Yeah.
We know what it means.
Yeah, read between the lines.
We know what it means.
Put the B back in the BET. Let's do it. Yeah. Because BET hasn't been Black owned for years now. We need to fix that.
Yeah.
But I'm done.
Black entertainment television.
Yeah.
Black entertainment television.
But let's wrap right now. Not another damn podcast. 3:25.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate you supporting us. You want to support us further, you know what to do. Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey.
YouTube, and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I do it.
And you can check me at MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SER8GLLAY1 on Twitter, SER8GLLAY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later.